Hi, everybody. Welcome to Warsaw Volume. Welcome to another episode. And guys, please like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and as always, get in the chat. Let me know what you guys are up to. Today, we are going to be doing sort of a recap of all the way up to here for La Liga. 3 matches. Real Madrid sits at the top at number 1. Barcelona is number 4 right now. And we're going to be talking a lot about how the current stage of Barcelona, current stage of Real Madrid. And I got a great guest today, and his name is... How's it going, Sam? How are you with Blanco Sokol? How's it going, man? You guys must be happy right now.
Yeah, all good, mate. Bless for having me on. And yeah, life's good at the top. I can't lie. Yeah, even though it's just, August, all that stuff. And yeah, I'm just milking as much as I can. But yeah, no, apart from that, mate, all good, man. All good. Bless for having me on. Yeah, man.
Of course, man. No, yeah, I've been wanting to bring you on the show, on the channel, but nothing better to do it right now than, kind of look back, right? We're heading into the international break, and it's good to sit back and relax and take a look at what happened, but not just what happened, but what is Barcelona going to be doing in this next couple of weeks, and what is Real Madrid going to be looking up to in the next couple of weeks? It must be nice to go to an international break, because even I said this. I said, you know what? Barcelona, just get this result. I know it's the 3rd game away from home. I know it's going to be at Vallecas. I know it's going to be difficult, but just get this result, man, because you know how bad it is to go into a break and just have a bad result. And that stings with you for the next couple of weeks. I think, unfortunately, Barcelona, right? They had to go home. They had to go to this international break with kind of a salty feeling, even though it may sound like 1 point it wasn't the worst thing in the world after probably should have lost that game. But what were your thoughts kind of overall for La Liga right now in the current state of Real Madrid and the current state of Barcelona?
Here's the thing. The reason why I'm going to echo your point is because look at last season when we drew to Mallorca and Las Palmas and we went into the international break. Yeah? The mood was like that, because you don't want to go into an international break with how do I say it in the right way? You don't want to go to the international break.
Hold on one second. Big up Touchline, man. Big up Touchline. He's got a raid. I didn't know he was going to raid, man. What's big up Touchline, bro. Subscribe to Touchline, anyone who can, for more content. He's a Manchester United fan, right? I appreciate that very much, man. But go on, man. Sorry about that.
Nah, no worries. Here's the thing. The state of Real Madrid, if I just go on my clock quickly, 3 games, only 1 goal conceded. I can't really complain. I didn't expect the defense to be this good. Carreras has impressed me. Huijsen has just been unbelievable. It looks like a steal now when you look at the money that we paid for him. What's it called? Trent's been decent. Still could do better defensively, but apart from that, been quite decent, I still think. Thibaut is, Thibaut doing his thing. Can't really complain about that. And Mbappe's been on really good form. Form.
Unbelievable form, I would say.
Yeah. And the question is just, Vinny, how much of this consistency can he carry on? How much can he, if he can, like you said, if he can keep clicking, if he can click with his attack, it will be much different. Midfield, Tchouaméni. For me, if you take Mbappe away, been our best player for me. It's the top 3 is him, Mbappe, Tchouaméni, and Huijsen. But I think Tchouaméni's been our best midfielder easily. Arda Güler starting to shine a bit. Obviously, it's going to need some more time to get his fitness up, and I also think when we obviously with the formation change, but we will get into that later. When that happens, I think he will be much more. But I still think he's done well. And overall, I can't complain to Real Madrid that too much. Obviously, we have a lot. We can do a lot more better. We will get a lot more better. I really do believe so. Barcelona, let's be fair. You've still got 7 points. Even though
3 road games.
Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. I know you went good against Levante, for example. Mallorca, you slapped into pieces. I know you weren't really that good against Vallecano. And to be fair, you did drop points, but you still haven't lost any games so far. That's something you have to have credit for. But obviously, there are some positions we have to look at it and ask ourselves a bit, what's going on. Rafinha might be one position, might be one. Danny Olmo, what is going on with him potentially? Even your back line, we have to possibly look at some of the stuff there because, like you said, conceding this many big chances this early into the season is not a good look compared to last season. And obviously, Joan Garcia, massive W there. But again, how much can he keep that going up game in, game out if he keeps going on like that? And obviously, your
Right.
strike situation as well. What is going to happen there? Because again, Lewandowski, does he have the legs anymore? And if Ferran
Yeah.
is the backup, and you rely on him for pretty much the whole season. But yeah,
Yeah.
man.
No, I mean, Sam, I have to be honest, right? I made some predictions, and my predictions right now, they're not looking that great, to be honest, because I know it's 3 games, but if you
It
ask
is
me
only
right
three
now,
games. It is. Just let's just make that
it's
clear.
just
It is
three
only three
games,
games.
but looking back to it, like 3 games, right? There are a lot of things that I don't like. I could have been okay with like being wrong on my prediction. That's fine. But the one thing that I don't like right now so far is look, there's a lot of leaks right now when it comes to Hansi Flick and calling out individual performances, calling out selfishness, not calling out individual names. But I don't like that. I don't like the highline. How bad it is right now. I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be just as last year, right? Like I'm like, yeah. So people are saying the highline. People are saying the highline, but I didn't buy into too much because the same thing they were saying last year. But this year, though, my 3 games last season, Dali was pulling up the numbers. It was only 4 big chances conceded, and this season, I'm extremely surprised. We've given up 12. We are worse than Girona, my brother. That is something that should never come out of my mouth. We are worse than Girona this season. Girona sucks, man. They got annihilated by Villarreal the other day, and we are worse than Girona when it comes to chances conceded, man. We cannot have
Yeah,
that.
that's
I was
crazy. That's insane.
extremely shocked. I'm extremely shocked, and I'm trying to be the voice of reason in the Barcelona community because look, Jonas went on a rant. Omar BYT went on a rant, and I understand it, man. I get it. Like we're emotional. We want our team to succeed, but I'm trying to be calm. I'm trying to be collected. I'm trying to be the voice of reason, right? I made a few videos, and all I'm saying is like there's so much that we can get better right now, but I'm surprised of the current state of my team as it is right now. Like with through 3 games, and we can't be this bad, right? Like we can't really like Rafinha is not clicking ever since the preseason. He hasn't been his own self. Lamine Yamal looks like he's been getting defended quite frankly. Looks like teams have been game planning with him extremely well. And when you're great, people think greatness between good and great is miles, right? It's not miles, it's inches. And the fine line between being good and being great is the fact that people know what you're gonna do. They game plan for what you're gonna do, and you still do it anyways, and you're still successful anyways. That means you're great. That means you're unstoppable. Right now, Lamine Yamal, quite frankly, looks kind of looks kind of stoppable, right? Sam, you back me out. Let me know what you think because right now it seems like teams are game planning towards Lamine and they're having pretty good success.
Look, here's the thing. I don't know if you know this. Lamine Yamal, one of my close friends, what's it called? Bless up Eunice for the raid, real one.
Hey,
th-
Jonas, man, go subscribe to Barca Reacts. Thank you for the raid, brother.
Here's the thing. When it comes to Lamine Yamal, one of my very close friends who's a Barca fan, lived in the States, bless up Frank, yeah, on Twitter. He showed on his Twitter something Lamine Yamal had said. He's now trying to score more. He's now focusing more on goals now, more this season. And here's the thing. I mentioned in the football chaos thing,
Yeah.
I was talking about, has he become too arrogant? Is he starting to believe his own hype too much? And is that starting to become...
See that I don't buy though.
Some of my Barcelona friends are telling me he's starting to now become a bit of a problem with having that
I
mindset.
know.
They want him
I
to
know.
be the player of last season, being more, thinking about, more creating, do more of that instead of trying to, and all that. But let's be honest. Let's be honest, mate. Right now, there is much more issues than Lamine Yamal. Because let's be honest, Lamine
That was
Yamal can be.
exactly my
But,
that was
but
my
this is
problem at the KO show. Like we were actually have a huge argument about Lamine Yamal. There's 3,000 problems I can count before I can
he
get to
does
Lamine Yamal.
not that he's immune to criticism, because he's not immune to criticism. No one is immune to criticism.
No,
Let's just
exactly.
let's skip that. But you have much more issues right now to fix than Lamine Yamal, like Rafinha. I mean, what is going on with him? I mean, he didn't even. Bro, I genuinely, I'm not even. I didn't even know my man was playing against Vallecano. You didn't see anything. Danny Olmo. I mean, not only those two. Well, he deliberately screwed everything up for you, man. When he screwed those chances away, when he couldn't put them away. Danny
Dude,
Olmo is not even looking at.
We're at Vallecas, brother. We are at Vallecas, dude. Just give it to Ferran Torres, bro. What are you doing? You're shooting with your wrong foot. You're shooting with your right foot, man. You're left-footed. What are we doing? Like, it was just infuriating. I can't remember when's the last time.
And it's not even just that.
I was this upset at
and it's not even just that. Let's be honest. People can sit there and say, you can say all you want about Lamine Yamal. And yes, I agree. He's not been good. Let's be honest. I think even you can agree with this. He was not good against the Rayo Vallecano, even though he scored. He wasn't good in that game. Let's just be honest.
No, he wasn't good.
But
no, he said it himself.
Yeah, but that's the thing. That is something I actually give credit to Yamal. Yamal will admit when he's not been good. He will admit that in front of everyone. He doesn't really care about that. Fair play to him. Mm-hmm. But my biggest question, my biggest worry for you, man. If I'm speaking now from a football fan, not from a Madrid point of view. I'm taking all my bias away. You, man, have conceded 12 big chances in 3 games. What is going on with that defense, do you think?
Yeah, so look, from what I noticed, right, I did a tactical video. I can see what happened. I can see what the issues are. Like, one thing that it's not being talked about enough is last season, for better or for worse, it kind of worked. Maybe it was a little bit of Inigo. Maybe it was a little bit of teams not knowing how to play us. But this season, man, I think when we have Frankie and we have Pedri, sometimes I feel like we have too much of the same, and we don't have enough defense. And I think of, like, for example, right, the 2015 team that we had with Rakitic, Busquets. I remember the 2012 team that we had with Iniesta, with Xavi, with Busquets. Everybody had a different role. And in these pairing up, the double pivot, right, we have a cheat code when it comes to on the ball, when it comes to having the ball, when it comes to controlling the midfield. But when we're getting pressed with a team and we can't really defend to save our life, and we're not pressing, and if not everybody's pressing, I saw Pedri. I watched the game twice, right? And the second time I watched it, I can't remember how many times I counted Pedri trying to compensate Frankie de Jong, because Frankie de Jong had a good game. And don't get me wrong, I think Frankie de Jong had a little bit of much control than Pedri, but it was in part because Pedri was getting gassed, going back in transition, trying to defend for Frankie de Jong, and he was trying to cover his slack a little bit. So sometimes I feel like we have too much of that ball control, and what we need is a little bit of defense. And that's kind of where I'm seeing the problems. And not just that, but for example, I've noticed way too many times where players are just too static. The last 2 games, we're just standing around, bro. We're just literally standing around. There was one chance against Rayo Vallecano where Rayo Vallecano scored, but he was offside. So nobody talked about that play. But that play, what happens? John Garcia gives the ball to Eric, right? Eric gets the ball, and he looks at Koundé on the right. But Koundé has a guy maybe 3 feet away from him, right? So the guy that's 3 feet away from Koundé, when he sees Eric about to make a pass to Koundé, he's sprinting in to try to intercept it. And what is Koundé do? He's standing around waiting for the ball to get there this whole time.
Oh, that's another guy.
And he sees the press, right? He sees the press from Rayo. And he's like, oh, man. Like, you can see, like, on the replay that he kind of goes like this. Like,
bro, it's not even just that.
He's so bummed that he just lost the ball, and he has to track back and get that ball back.
That's the thing. If I even have to put this in as well, do you think Koundé has been the Koundé of last season? I don't think that's the Koundé that you saw last season.
Hell no, bro.
No. And this is the thing.
No.
And this is the thing.
I don't know. Of himself. But that's what I'm saying. Look, just to finish my point real quick.
Go on.
And I'm saying, like, dude, okay. So one, you're like, they teach you, like, you got to make this movement, right? Like when you don't have the ball, how you play off the ball. How do they teach you in little leagues? Okay, if you're not have the ball, you got to be moving, bro. You got to be moving. Do I move there? Do I move here?
Yeah.
What do I do? He's standing still. And not just that, bro. But when he sees the attacker, right, intercepting the ball, he goes like, oh man, like he does that stutter move. Well, guess what? Because you did that, now you're even much farther out. You're not going to be able to catch him instead of just sprint back and catch the gap. And a lot of people blame the stats. The stats are going to tell you that Eddie Garcia made that mistake, okay? Because Eddie Garcia turned the ball over. But Koundé needs to be tracking back that ball, needs to come in towards the ball instead of the other player. That's a Rayo Vallecano wanting the game more than Barca. And what happens? That guy intercepts the ball, gives it to the striker. The striker turns around and shoots and scores. Thank God it was offsides. But what if it wasn't? All that happened just because Koundé is not tracking back. And not just that aspect. What about on attacking? He's not helping out Lamine Yamal as well. So Lamine Yamal is getting double team, is getting tracked back. He's getting game planned on. He's getting ran, bro. And when you don't have him overlapping like that, then what is he gonna do? Where is he gonna go? And that's kind of where the problems are right now with Barcelona. I'm shocked, dude. I'm baffled of how many question marks through 3 games, brother.
Did you expect this?
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. Like the defense, people are talking about the highline, bro. Our attack is not good. Our attack right now, as it stands, is not good, man.
Do you know what's funny?
Yeah.
Do you know what the funny thing is? I was speaking to my Madridista, one of my very close friends I've met. Let's stop doing that. You're a very good man. Yeah, he's coming on the podcast tomorrow. Make sure you're there for the Madrid Soldiers podcast. He told me that he still thinks Barcelona's attack is still doing their jobs. I was questioning because now I've heard you say that you don't think they're doing their jobs. You don't think Barcelona's attack is anywhere near as what you were saying.
I don't think we're creating enough chances. I don't think that we are the chances that we are getting is like we're scraping them. We're literally hustling to get them. Look, there was one play in transition when Balde's coming on his own. He does what he does best. He dribbles to 2 players, goes in transitions, kind of goes into the final third, finds Ferran Torres. And Ferran Torres, to his credit, he sees Dani Olmo coming down in the middle, and he lays it to him. And then Dani Olmo comes in and tries to shoot, and he shoots it wide. Okay? We only had 2 or 3 of these plays in the whole match. Like, that's not enough creation. That's not enough build-up. That's not enough plays. Players need to make plays. That was Balde saying, you know what? I am going to do something about this. I am going to make this play, and I'm making it. Now, the best Dani Olmo from last season, that Dani Olmo we all grew and loved last season when he came to the team, against Rayo Vallecano, dude, he had 2 chances and almost scored both of them and scored 1. And it was actually the game that gave us the goal. That Dani Olmo would have at least scored 1 goal the other night. He missed 2. The one outside the box is the one I'm talking about, and then he missed another one right by the penalty kick. To me, that is insane. I don't think we're creating enough chances. In the beginning of the game against Rayo, right? We created. Lamine Yamal, to his credit, there was a play on the right. Koundé is involved. Also, I think it was Eric. Eric gives it to Olmo. That's the ball that I'm looking for. Olmo in transition. I think he takes on 1 man, and he sees Koundé trying to make a run and opened up a lane for Lamine to come by himself. Lamine gets it and tries to shoot it, and he actually shot on goal, but it wasn't strong enough. But my point is, that was a good build-up play. To me, that's creating, right? Even though if you don't score, that's creating. But after that, we didn't see that throughout the whole match. We didn't see enough link-up play. We didn't see, dude, the amount of chances that Barcelona, dude, okay, if somebody's telling you that Barcelona is creating chances, let me tell you something. Rayo Vallecano had more chances created, had more shots on goal, had more opportunities to score than Barca did in this game. So you cannot tell me that Barcelona, dude, I've seen matches where Barcelona, dude, wins 1-0 or draws the game, and they literally had 20 shots on goal. So that means The goalkeeper had an amazing game, or your team just missed everything, but at least you're creating. We had none of that against Rayo Vallecano. Bro.
Why do you think this is the case? Do you think some people are saying the highlight might have been figured out, and all that? Some people are saying, some of your players might not. How do I say this? That Rafinha, that might have been a purple patch season. I've even heard some people say Lewandowski. Do you agree with this? Quick question: do you agree that he doesn't have the legs anymore to play 90 minutes for majority of games? Do you agree with that?
With who?
Lewandowski.
Well, no. The one thing I will say though is, and I'm gonna touch on my guy right here. So this is relax. It's a draw. People are so reactionary. Yeah, no, I get what you guys are saying. I'm trying to be the voice of reason, but what I'm saying though is like, when I start to speak about the issues, it's just infuriating.
It's not about reactionary. It's not about reactionary. You have to call out problems when you see them. This is the.
It's just that I just see it that it's just not better.
Yeah,
you know what I
because
mean?
if you don't address the problems, mates, you don't do that, bro. Miguel is doing you a favor.
So what I'm saying though is like, okay, I'm okay if we draw, right? It's fine, but can we at least get more chances than Rayo? We have better players than Rayo. Why are we not doing more chances than Rayo Vallecano? Why don't we have more shots? Okay. Why don't we have more touches? Why don't we have the ball more? So these are the questions that I'm asking, right? And it's not just the result. We're not just talking about result. We're talking about through 3 games, right? What has been going on? Where is Barca right now? Where is Barca going towards next after the international break, in my opinion? So I think when it comes to the creation, though, I still think that it has to be some of Rafinha. I think there has to be but one thing that people don't talk about at all is that we haven't had our striker, Lewandowski. His IQ when it comes to playing the number 9, and people don't say it enough. People think that it just dismiss it. Oh, because he's 37 years old, because he's whatever, he's an old ank or whatever. You can say whatever you want about Lewandowski, but you know what he does? He knows when to go. He knows when to stay on the. He likes to stay on side, right? He hardly ever gonna catch him offside. What he likes to do is he likes to move the CBs. He goes north and south, in between the number. He's moving around, creating space for Lamine on the right, creating space for Rafinha on the left. Ferran Torres, man, he's just not it, bro. He's a good player off the bench.
I was just gonna ask you that.
Rely on him. You can't.
And that's what I was gonna like. Has Lewandowski quickly has he been injured? Lewandowski,
yeah.
Is that the reason?
Yeah, he got injured preseason. He's been out for a month. He's now slowly coming back.
Okay, because some people have
played. He hasn't started a single game.
Yeah, because some people have been telling me that that he does not have the legs anymore to start games, that many games now. Like he used to
It's not
before.
because of the legs. It's not because of the legs. He's been injured. He had a I believe, I can't remember exactly what the injury was, but he was out was supposed to be out for a month, but then after 2 weeks he recovered. So we're slowly bringing him back because we don't want him to get a relapse. But what I'm saying though is that Lewandowski for this team, remember against Inter Milan, what happened? We had to bring in Ferran Torres to start the game, and it wasn't the same. You can say whatever you want about Lewandowski, but when Lewandowski is there, he's moving CBs around. You know what a good striker does?
Number 9. Yeah, but that's the point. That is number 1, he's tall and he's a proper number 9. And number 3, his IQ in the box is absolutely insane. People are just looking at my man's goals, my man's assists, but they don't talk about the movement. Yeah, like Haaland. Yeah, one thing I love about Haaland, my man's IQ is actually unreal. Lewandowski, yeah. That's why I kept telling man them last season, bro. That geezer, I don't think people realize what he does for that team. Not just the goals, all right? Take the goals away for a second, bro. Look at the movement. Look what he does for his team around them. When you don't have someone like that, you have a Ferran Torres who you have to rely on to start a game. You don't get the same. Things on the pitch as you get with a Lewandowski. You don't. Ferran might be a good player. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but for me, he's more of a super sub player than a starter, and he definitely shouldn't be starting in that position over Lewandowski, in my opinion.
Yeah. So if you remember last season, how much was Real Madrid struggling with Mbappe? because Mbappe was trying to adapt the number 9 spot. Vinicius was struggling as well. We didn't even know what to do with each other. Nobody was opening up lane. Nobody was opening up room because a number 9 can actually open up the lanes for the wingers. Remember, this is exactly what happened. This is what Benzema did for Cristiano Ronaldo all the time at Real Madrid. He was just
Yeah.
moving CBs around, creating space for Ronaldo. He will just take on one-on-one, baby. If I'm taking you one-on-one against the left back or against the right CB, it's over,
look
bro.
at the goal. Look at the goal that we scored against Juve, 2017, 2018. Look at the first goal Ronaldo's got. Forget the bicycle kick, even though that was a sick goal. Yeah, we all know.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the first goal. Look what Karim Benzema did. Both Cellini and I think Bonucci, Miguel, he swipes both of them. He's telling both, okay, no, both of you, come and mark me. No worries. Ronaldo's like, yeah, go on. He swipes around and he's completely unmarked, slams it into the balcony. Why? Benzema took both of them out. He took them both out. He's giving him space. That's what Leva does. That's the point. Leva does that for Rafinha as well a lot. It's not just Lamine Yamal, by the way. Yeah, Lewandowski is so pivotal to that attack. And now people have seen when Lewandowski is not there, a target man is missing. And that is a similar problem to what we had last season.
Hopefully, when he comes back, we can see the old Barcelona attack back as well. Because you know what? One thing I have to say, though, the last season when we played without Lewandowski, I don't know if it was because we were trying other stuff out, but we scored 4+ goals in every single match without Lewandowski. Now, this season hasn't been the same. This season, it seems to me that the spaces are so cluttered. Like Lamine Yamal, I don't see him having enough spacing to run to. His spacing is pointless because he's got 2-3 guys. Usually, when he's got that, he was able to just flick it off to Rafinha down the far post, and they just know each other like that. But right now, whatever it is, man, we have to go back to last season and see what was working.
But do you not think? That's the question. Lewandowski's one thing, but again, he's gonna have to get back into form. Fitness, all that. That might take a bit of time as well. But if I ask you, do you not think? Okay, take Lamine Yamal away, because I do think Lamine Yamal eventually will get back into, swipe normal thing. Maybe not as good as last season. Maybe again he could. I'm not saying he can't. But do you not think Rafinha and someone like Olmo has to start picking up form now? Because I do think even if Lewandowski comes back, Miguel, if them two does not perform, I think then you might have an issue as well, pretty much on left. Because Rafinha, let's be honest, man, Rafinha last season was unbelievable. If he can't pick up form the way he's going right now, do you not think with him and Olmo that could become a problem in the long term for you, attacking wise?
Dude, absolutely. Actually, by the way, I still stand by my prediction. I think Lamine Yamal is going to have a breakthrough season. I don't think that
he still could, by the way. Look, absolutely.
I think a lot has been made about the fact that Lamine Yamal it has been playing terrible. Lamine Yamal hasn't been playing good. Lamine Yamal, there's so much talk about Lamine Yamal through these 3 games, bro.
Yeah, he's like the person that needs to be criticized.
It's so ridiculous, man. Like I don't understand it. Bro, what time are we going to talk about Olmo? What time are we talking about Rafinha? What time are we talking about?
This is the thing. Them two. This is the point. Facts. Thank you. These two players needs much more attention than Lamine Yamal. Lamine Yamal, we all know sooner or later he's going to come back. Yes, he's not been great. I will admit that. But Rafinha and Olmo they are, for me, the two players have dropped down most than anyone else in your attack, in my opinion.
Dude, Rafinha is a stat monster, bro. Your bread and butter is stats. I called him a stat monster. Okay, he has bad games, but he gives you stats. That's the thing with Rafinha. So now it's just we're just getting bad Rafinha without the stats, dude. So now it's like, dude, where's the assist? Where is the goal? Where's the GA? You had an opportunity to give it to Ferran Torres. What happened? You had the other opportunity. You didn't give him the pass was horrible. It wasn't a good diagonal cross. I tell you that. And then Ferran couldn't get to it. But what I'm saying is, like, at least I used to be able to get that with Rafinha. And now that I'm not getting that, I don't know what it is, but it needs to turn up. It needs to show up. And my problem with everyone who's talking about Lamine, dude, relax, okay? Lamine Yamal has been involved on 5 of the 7 goals for Barca these 3 games. Okay, so why don't we start talking about the other issues? Why don't we start talking about other problems rather than just Lamine? Because Lamine is the problem, right? Like our offense goes through him. I get it. Our offense, we want to see him shine. We want to see him assist. We want to see him shine, right? We, of course, who doesn't, right? But my problem is there's so many other areas that we're just not addressing. That we're Olmo, if we have to just, I just feel like Flick has to make up his mind because is Olmo going to be the starter? Is Fermin going to be the starter? One of them has to be the one. If we're going to stick with Fermin, let's pick one, but we need to stick with that one because we just need to just get him into that rhythm at the 10, especially like, for example, like one game, one starts. Now that Olmo had a stinker, what are people going to be saying? We need to start Fermin. What happens? Fermin ghosts us the next game. We need to start Olmo and rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat.
But to be fair, there is one thing we know about Olmo. Factually, even as a Madridista, we've seen it as well. That guy has problems staying fit. He's got a bad injury record. Danny Olmo. That is something we're gonna have to keep an eye on. And Fermin, we're gonna have to see what Fermin does. Can he give you Danny Olmo levels of performances last season? Well, we're gonna have to wait and see. But look, I think here's my thing. As long as Barcelona have these issues, and as long as you're still trying to rectify them, Real Madrid, for me, had to take advantage of this now, as much as possible. As much as possible, take advantage. Like, if because for me, I've said this before, Miguel, I don't think with this formation that we've got now, for example, I don't think this formation will not be here for much longer. As soon as Camavinga and Jude, as soon as one of Camavinga and Jude are back, he's switching the whole formation. He's going to switch it back to the 3-5-2. And this is why I'm now screaming for Real Madrid. Take advantage now of Barcelona right now when they are having some issues, when they have to rectify them. Take advantage because you might not get that advantage later on. Build as much as you can, and then we could see in it. So
no, and okay. So look, for me, I'm just gonna like stop talking about this Rayo stupid game. Honestly, like I just want to look in perspective, right? Like in perspective, like to me, I'm surprised. I got to tell you this. But before I say this, I want the chat to please like the stream. We have 84 people here and 30 likes. We should have at least half. So can we get at least to like 42, 43 likes? I would really appreciate it, guys.
42? Nah, man, get it up to 50. What are we doing here, bro? Get up to 50. Yeah? Come on, people. This is elite content here, bro. What are we doing here, bro? Yeah, come on.
So what I will say, though, like in terms of this season so far, 3 games, it's not a big deal. It's not a lot. But it is telling me a story. It is telling me something, right? One of my takeaways through 3 games, not just Barca, but Real Madrid, right? One, I'm very surprised of how bad the defense for Barca is right now. Like I'm just really baffled. I knew we would lose Inigo. We weren't going to be as good, but I'm like, I think we have
But I want to ask you that question because I did tell you something similar, but you told me, yeah, but Sam, our defense was shit even last season. But did you not expect that your defense was going to be even a bit much more worse this season? Still,
I did not.
Because let's be honest, man, you were getting warning signals. I did warn you that, Miguel, I do not trust that backline this season. I didn't think it was going to be this bad, but I did tell you on our show when we did it on my channel.
Yeah,
make sure you go and watch it.
I think the truth is always in the middle because just like you said, Sam, you said you thought it was going to be bad, but you didn't think it was going to be that bad. So I think that's the key point right there. Like a lot of people do that. It's like, Barca's going to lose, and then Barca loses like 3-0, right? And people say, yeah, see, I told you we're going to lose.
This is not just a Rojo problem. Before anyone tries to put it, this is not just a Rojo. It's not. It's not.
No, what I would say though, I thought we were going to miss Inigo, but I just didn't think we were going to miss him that much because we did have Araujo, we did have Christensen, we did have even Eddie Garcia there. So and I'm like, dude, we weren't even that good to begin with. I see when I think in terms of the highline, right? What I do think about the highline is not so much of an issue for the players. I think it's more of a systematic issue. So like when I see the highlight, you know what Rayo was doing in this game? they were leaving 2 or 3 guys offside to make Barcelona think the high line is working, right? Barcelona would track back Rayo Vallecano intentionally. That's very smart. Intentionally offsides. But what happened? One guy was always coming from behind with a long pass in onside, and it didn't matter the other 3 players that were offside, because at that point this other player already broke the high line. He already broke it, and that's how they did it all. Problem is, when the high line gets broken, Barcelona doesn't have the personnel. That's the issue right there. Barcelona doesn't have the personnel to track back. We don't have the speed, guys. We don't have the speed at all, and that's the issue. Christensen is a good defender, but he was getting caught behind every single time. He doesn't have the speed to track back. Easy Palazon, Garcia, these players were very fast, man, incredible. They had a good game plan. But what I do want to say is, I think this is more of a systematic issue. Me and RSM were kind of picking it to pieces and saying, like, RSM was like, if you guys can just move the high line back, maybe 10 yards back, you may not have that same issue trying to track back on when you get beat by the high line. Every single time now, it just feels like we're just hoping in a prayer that we're catching them offsides. If we don't catch them offside, well, it all hell broke loose, brother. We got to see what we can do here, because, oh my goodness, we don't even know what to do. And
but that's the thing. But that's the thing with Flick. I think Flick needs to start understanding that he can't keep playing this high line like this relentlessly and not have a plan B. Like, I think Flick needs to understand that, look, if you don't have the players, if you don't have the defenders that's got the pace, try and find another way. I'm not saying stop playing.
He's been really stubborn, by the way. To all his credit, we all giving him his flowers. We all saying he's the best.
On my channel, you said this on my channel. The only negative thing you had about Flick last season was his stubbornness sometimes to not change it. For example, in the Inter game and Copa del Rey against Atletico, when he still chose to play a highlight when he shouldn't have. This is my issue with Flick. I think Flick needs to start understanding.
Dude, do you remember the game against Atletico Madrid when we play at the Metropolitano? That was the second game.
Yeah, I watched the whole game.
That was the second leg. We won that game 1-0, Sam. And guess what? We didn't play the high line.
Yeah, defensive masterclass.
Why can't we just do that, dude?
But this is the thing. This is why I'm saying the guy needs to start understanding. If you don't have the players who can track back like that, do you get what I'm saying? Because both you and I have just admitted the pace is not there for your defenders. Cool. Well, if the defenders' pace are not there, find another way. Don't keep, being, because if he's gonna be this stubborn and he's gonna refuse to change it, let's be honest, then he's doing more harm than good. Because if there's the only because let's be honest, Miguel, the one thing you can say about stubborn managers is if things do not, how do I say this in a way? If this system is not doing good, they refuse to change it, and that is an issue. My man needs to understand. Okay, I don't have the personnel to play this high line like this every single week. Let me change it up. Let me try something else. Let me not do the exact same thing that I did against Atletico, but something similar. Be a bit more defensive, a bit more controlling. Let's not push the back line suicidal up front, and let's have a bit more control. Do a bit more tiki-taka. That's what I think he should be doing from my objective point of view.
Exactly. But what to me is, look, man, I don't know if Hansi Flick has it within himself. I don't know if he wants to just go down with the ship like this. Now,
you think that's what he wants to do?
I think so. But look, I know what people are saying. People are saying, like, well, we can't remove the high line, and they say we want to be a high scoring offense because it goes hand in hand, right?
Yeah, of course.
That's true, but why can't the truth be in the middle? Like, why can't we just not have such a high line, not have to rely on outscoring teams, and just like win games 2-0, 2-1, 1-0, 3-2? It's really on the high end, right? A 3-2 game. But for Barcelona, it was like a theme. Last season was like a theme. 5-4 games. It was fireworks, man. It was fireworks. Like the emotions that were going down, and now we were lucky, right? We were lucky that we kept finding a way around this 5-4, and they were like the ball kept bouncing away until it freaking didn't, dude. In the semifinals against Inter Milan, dude, and we got scored on. We couldn't move the back line. We couldn't make changes. I remember Hansi Flick. People were saying, dude, if we got scored on at home 4 goals by Atletico Madrid in the semifinals in the Montjuic Stadium, what are they going to do with us in the Metropolitano? And then what happened? Hansi Flick said, you know what? We are going to play them differently. We're going to control the tempo. We're going to control the ball. We're not going to let them have it. We are going to play them back a little bit more. And what happened? In the first couple of minutes, I think it was actually in the 20th minute, where Pedri found that goal. That was the 1-0 game. Then after that game, the whole game plan changes. It was almost like Barcelona had a plan B and said, you know what? We're doing plan B, baby. We score 1 goal. Now it's a different game. Now they have to score on us, and we're going to have to do it. What we're going to do is we're going to play more defense, and we're going to keep controlling the ball, and we're going to see if they have it within themselves to break the line, to break the block. And they didn't, bro. They tried. In the second half, we brought in Araujo. We played with a line of 5. Can you imagine Barcelona? Dude, the attackers that we knew, they played with the back line.
When do you often hear that? Playing a back 5. Yeah, when do you ever hear that?
Yeah. Araujo, we had Kubarsi, we had Inigo Martinez, we have Balde, we had Kunde, we had 5 guys at the back, and Araujo was a freaking force in that game. And I love the fact that we could win a 1-0 game at that point. And I'm like, why can't we just do that more often? And
because he's too stubborn. He's too stubborn, Miguel. He's way too stubborn. He's not gonna change that. And listen, my man's an old geezer, bro. He is not changing his ways. Yeah, but you know the rule, bro. Yeah, these old guys, they are what they are, man. They're gonna have their philosophy. They ain't changing it, bro. They are ways, man.
But let's kind of move on. I know we've been having a good conversation about kind of where it's going. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at the current state of Real Madrid and Barcelona as we stand. So right now we have Real Madrid with 9 points to 3 games. They have a goal differential of +5. Athletic Club will be second with a goal differential of +3. Of course, both of them with 9 points. Right? They're only 2 teams, dude. That's crazy to me. The only 2 teams in La Liga that actually won all their games is Real Madrid and Athletic Club. Villarreal actually dropped points. They look incredible through 2 games. Now they have 7 points. They drew the game against it was at Atletico Madrid. No, they're playing Atletico Madrid next. But they did. It was Celta de Vigo. It was Celta de Vigo who got the draw there, and actually Barcelona with our arch rivals, right? The Espanyol and Barcelona have the same amount of points, but Barcelona has a +4 goal differential. And you know what, Sam? I gotta tell you something. I mean, through 3 games, right? And this is one thing I didn't finish saying. I never thought I would have seen the light of day. When I looked at last season, I never thought that I would say into this season through 3 games, Real Madrid pressed better than Barcelona. And I don't know how, because Real Madrid is supposed to be more tired. They played the Club World Cup. Barcelona didn't play the Club World Cup. They actually had a preseason to work with. And to me, the fact that Barcelona is not only worse than Real Madrid when it comes to pressing, we actually got worse than last season. Like last season, we were pressing much more intensity, and that intensity we didn't have against Rayo Vallecano. But the problem is, I never thought that I would have seen the light of day where I would have said, you know what, Real Madrid presses better than Barca. Can you hear me? Oh.
And then I mute myself. Oh yeah, disaster class out. Well done, mate. Well done. Now I can hear you perfectly. Look, it is a thing. When it comes to our pressing, it is a thing. I don't know how much more. Wait, why is the chat? Can you hear me now? Because now some people are saying I'm muted.
Yeah. No. You were muted, but now you're good.
All right, cool. Because I was worried there for a second. Here's the thing. With the pressing, what I think has happened, like I told you, with Ancelotti, you never saw us press. And if we pressed, it was awful. It was awful. Like that might have been some of the worst pressing I've seen Real Madrid ever do.
Yeah.
Alonso, yeah, one of his main things is no. You ain't gonna have the ball. Cool, you have the ball now. Cool, guess what? We'll press the living shit out of you, yeah? We'll get the ball, and then we're gonna dictate. We're gonna dictate the game. It's gonna be on our terms, mate. Yeah, you're gonna have to run like dogs and try and hope that you get out of there with a point. What I think
Mm-hmm.
Alonso has done, there's a few players. Hoyson is, I mean, one of them. Who I think has been very impactful. I think, and Miguel, this is something I never ever thought I would say this. Never
Mm-hmm.
ever. Kylian Mbappe, fair play. My man's running now like a dog. Yeah, fair play. Yeah, my man is now saying that, you know what, cool.
I
I'll
think
buy the
Mbappe, I
press
think
thing.
Mbappe needs to be drug tested.
But you know, I know, please. Oh, bro, I don't give a toss,
He's
bro. Keep
pressing too much. He's pressing too.
bro.
He's already
Whatever.
good. He's
No. Do
already
you know what
good.
it
He,
is?
he don't need to be pressed.
Whatever he's eating, whatever he's taking, keep doing it, mate, because you're doing a perfect job. And here's another guy I have to big up. Not Fede Valverde. I mean, these are obvious ones. Chouameni, that is another one I think is massively a big reason why we can do it, bro. What my man does for us, I don't think people realize the importance. That is my favorite player. That is my favorite player at Real Madrid, Chouameni.
Dude,
And there's a reason.
I think Mbappe is still running right now.
But Miguel, here's the thing.
He's
Here's
been
the thing.
looking really good. I'm not
But
gonna
here's
lie.
the
He's
thing,
been
Miguel.
looking really good.
We could all see. Here's the thing, Miguel. He has a philosophy, Shabby. The players are buying into it. The players are believing in him now. Do you get me? And this is why
Mm-hmm.
I was screaming. I was screaming for a change. I was screaming for it. Why? I literally said, Miguel, you don't know this because we obviously we you I didn't know who you was. You didn't know who I was after we beat Dortmund in the Champions League. As soon as that game
Right.
ended, I said, sack Ancelotti. Straight away, sack the guy. He's done. Sack him immediately.
Yeah.
Go and get me someone else. Alonso has now proven, yo, I can press. I can press better than a lot of these teams do. Yeah. Here's another thing, Miguel. I'm gonna give my club credit for. We are mad clinical as well this year. I will give that. We are clinical as hell. Mbappe has hit form. If Vini can hit form, and the most important thing,
Mm-hmm.
Miguel, I think you can see this team go up to another level when Camavinga and Jude are back. Because when these two are back, the formation will be switched to a 3-5-2. Yeah. He's going to do what he
Mm-hmm.
did in the Club World Cup. And I think then you're going to see our attack go up even a level. And I think our midfielders will be involved in the game, especially in attacking ways, in another level as well, in my opinion. I don't know your thoughts on that, but
And
that's
see,
just my
that's the
opinion.
thing, though. Like to me, right now, my question mark for Real Madrid is like I feel like they still need that creator midfielder that to take him to the next level. But I don't know if they'll find that because once Jude comes in, so he's played before at the 10.
He's going to be
Now
playing as a
can he
10.
be
We
that?
know that officially.
Can he be the number 10 that I think will be good enough? I don't know. I think not, but at least at least is a possibility that you guys can say, you know what?
But he brings
Right
you
now
something different. He gives you something
we're
else.
still not even 100%. Like you can still say we're not even 100%. Like we can still bring in Camavinga. We can still bring in, for example, Jude Bellingham. But as far as Barcelona, bro, like this is it. Like that's the concerning thing. Like we need to get our act together. And I think you know what
Do you
to
have anyone you
Barcelona's
can?
credit.
Do you not have anyone from
Go ahead.
from La Masia you can bring in? No one from La
Well, yeah,
Masia you
we
can.
have draw. We do have players, but they're not ready. It will be like me
Ah,
like saying it will be like you guys saying, "Oh, we have Mastantuno on the bench," and you're like, "Well, yeah, you have Mastantuno, but don't think he's ready." But what I will say though is that this is it for Barca, but I think that Barcelona can go back to what they were last season. If only Barcelona can go back to what they were last season, I think things can change. But like I said, even last season, I think we were extremely reliant on the offense because we were down 0-2. We were down 0-2. Dude, we were even down 0-2 to Real Madrid at one point. And we
yeah.
dominated Real Madrid in all 4 games. And we were still down to Real Madrid 0-2. We were like 0-2 FC, bro. Like for real. Like defensively. Like
Do you
this
want to know
is
a fun
why
fact?
yeah.
I'll give you a fun fact. We played 4 times against each other last season. Was it 4 times or was it 3 times? I think it was.
4.
It was 4.
So
Well,
two La Ligas, Super Cup and Copa del Rey.
well, here's a funny thing. in half of those games, in 2 of the 4 games of El Clasico, yeah, we took the lead, and you still managed to come back.
Yeah, because that was kind of our identity last season. Like this is why I didn't this is why I didn't it didn't hurt me so much losing Inigo, okay? Because I was like, we weren't even that good on defense anyway. Like,
Or replace
okay,
him. That's the point.
Even he said like he didn't know if he had enough level to play a whole full season one more time. So nobody knows his body more than he does. And if he's saying that, it's probably because it's true.
But that's not a problem. He can come out and say that, no problem. Yeah, and if that's the case, let him go. No worries. But I did tell you, no matter what happens, you have to replace him. Replacement is always important because as much as people can say all that, yeah, now people are seeing how good Martinez was for your backline. He's reading, Miguel. He's reading. Wow, fair fucking play. Now we are seeing what that guy can do. Unbelievable.
Yeah. The only thing Barca can say right now through 3 games is, you know what? Olmo hasn't played great. Rafinha hasn't played great. Lewandowski hasn't started a single game. If Lewandowski can come back, we can click on all cylinders. But you know what? These are more wishful thinkers to me because I tell you why. Last season, like I said, when Lewandowski wasn't there, Barcelona had answers. We brought in. You know what we did? We had at one point we had Olmo as a false 9. We were getting exotic, bro. Like at that one point, we're like everything's working, so we might as well just let's try to false 9. We tried a false 9. We had Rafinha, we had Lamine Yamal, we had Dani Olmo at the false 9. We also had Fermin at one point as a 10. We were working, clicking on all cylinders, and we scored, to our credit, 4 to 5 goals per game. I think it was 3 games where Lewandowski missed, and Barcelona had 15 goals through that. And people are saying, you know what? Actually, is Lewandowski slowing down the offense? Because when Lewandowski doesn't play, we are scoring 5 goals. So now the same personnel, we can't be saying we're not clicking because of Lewandowski. You know what I mean? Did you get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like
so, that's the only thing. Like it's.
But you know, but do you think Gavi missing is a big part as well?
Huh?
Do you think Gavi not being there is a big reason to why you guys are not clicking as well?
I think the absence of Gavi is very underrated. Because look, Gavi he gets criticized a lot, right? And a lot, I get why Real Madrid fans make fun of him, but Barcelona, we think he's a very good player. And honestly, if we look back at this year, right? Only this year, because he came back from an ACL, he had a year off, and now he came back last season. He was off and on, and now he came back. This is now his 3rd year, right, since that injury. So now he got into the group. Since the preseason, if we talk about since the preseason up to this point, Gavi has been hands down our best player. He was the best player in the preseason. He was one of the best players. I said it on my post-game show. After the game against Levante, Barcelona was a different Barcelona. We scored 3 goals in the second half. We came back down 0-2, remontada 3-2. Big difference. Gavi came into the game. Olmo came into the game. And it was a totally different game. We were clicking right then and there. Okay, so Gavi changed the game. So now Gavi gets that injury. He doesn't play at Rayo. I believe in the second half, if we would have brought in Frankie out and brought in, or maybe Olmo out, brought in Gavi at the 10, brought in Gavi, I think Gavi would have offered that heart, that grit that Barcelona needed. Sometimes we just need one guy to ignite the troops, and that's why I was looking at Rafinha to do that. That's why I was so mad at him. I think that Gavi would have changed the game at Rayo Vallecano. And people can laugh at me all you want, but I think right now Gavi is one of our better players in the squad.
No, I mean, looking at how you're performing right now, yeah, you could say that. But your thoughts but now Valencia, you should be bad. You should be still battering them, I'll be real. If you look at our run compared to your run, I think our test begins now. I said it on my show earlier today. I think your test will be closer to like December, January. That's when your more of a tough run starts. I'm excluding the Champions League now. I'm only
Right.
focusing on the league. Yeah, I think your tough period is coming in December, January, in my opinion, with Celta Vigo away, Real Betis away. I think our tough run is now. It's now
You know,
coming.
it's interesting that you said that,
October.
because it's one of the questions that I had for you, because
Mm.
and I'll just ask it to you right now, because
Yeah.
okay, so Real Madrid at the top, right? 3 games,
Yeah.
9 points. I don't think they've been looking perfect. I don't think they had
No.
a huge run by any means. I think they've taken care of business, and taking care of business is a huge part of winning titles. Barcelona didn't take care of business,
But I
right?
will
You
say
know what
this,
I mean?
Miguel. I'm glad. Sorry to cut you off. Very quick comment. I am actually glad that we haven't been looking completely perfect yet. I will say
Right.
that.
Okay. But what I would ask you is it more a product of the schedule? Because if I'm looking at let's see, Real Madrid played Mallorca, Real Madrid played you guys played Osasuna, and you guys played
Oviedo as
Oviedo.
well.
So let's just take a look, for example, right? Let's take a look at Real Madrid. Okay, where's Oviedo? Okay, so Oviedo right now is 15th. Where is Osasuna? Osasuna is 13th.
13th, yeah.
Where is Mallorca? Mallorca is 18th. Okay, so
Yeah.
so Real Madrid to 3 games, they have not faced a team above 13th, right? 13th has been the toughest team that you guys have faced. Now, in terms of Barcelona, for example, we
The only
faced
tough team by that logic, you've played the same 2 teams apart from Oviedo. Instead, you've played Rayo's 10th.
So we played Rayo, who is top 10. Rayo is top 10. And then we played, we also play Levante, who is 19th. So it's about the same. And then we play Mallorca, so it's 18th. So both of them, to be honest, both of them have had a pretty easy route so far. And I think for the exception of Rayo Vallecano, I think for Barcelona, that was always a tough game. But if we take a look, next game for Real Madrid, Real Sociedad. So there you go. So I think Real Madrid's schedule will get a little tougher these next couple of weeks, and Barcelona's will get a little easier these next couple of weeks. So even after everything we've been saying, man, we don't know what we're going to be saying here in the next month. Let's say right now it's September 2nd? Dude, in October 2nd, the narrative could be completely flipped. That's how reactionary we are, by the way. That's how reactionary we are we not?
Here's the thing. Oh, sorry. Did I cut you off or?
No. Go ahead.
Here's the thing. I'm gonna speak about our upcoming games now, if you don't mind, since you brought this up. I'm gonna say this. This is my bold prediction. Real Sociedad away. That will be the final game that I think you will see us play 4-3-3 for a good while. I think after that game,
Jude comes back or what?
Nah, Camavinga. I think he's gonna switch him and Mastantuano.
He will start. Camavinga will start.
No. But this is why I said not against Real Sociedad away. I said that game. Well, I think will be the final game. We see the 4-3-3. I think the game after that, because then I think Camavinga will be back to full fitness. Then, what I think he's gonna do, he's gonna take Mastantuano out. He's not gonna play him, or not from the start. He'll bring him more as a bench. Then, what I think he's gonna do, he's gonna play Camavinga instead. We're gonna play with we're gonna play the 3-5-2 then with a 4-man midfield, and I think then we will go up a level or 2. But Miguel, this is where Alonso now has to really say that, yeah, do you know what? Yeah, I am like, I'm the guy now. Yeah, he's like, put whatever schedule. I'm hearing reports. He wants to have an A team and a B team. If he can get that sorted, I am more than happy with that. Because then you can have a team that, you've got the A team and you've got a team that you can rotate. But the key thing for me when we come back from the break is, well, obviously we're going to have to look to make sure that none of our key players are injured. And I pray to God that none of them gets injured.
These international breaks, man, you never know, for real.
This is the problem. But let's assume, in an ideal world, all the players are back, healthy, fit, no injuries to any big players. Mbappe needs to keep this form going. Vini needs to start, getting even better and better, to make the attack even more fluid. We're gonna need more. I need Arda Güler to create more chances from the midfield. Chouameni has to keep being the same. I think Carreras has to keep playing for now because I think Carreras, yeah, because Carreras has been unbelievable. Huijsen as well, yeah, Huijsen as well. Yeah, we're gonna need him because he is half the system. He is half the system. If we can, and if we can keep all of them fit, I'm telling you now, Miguel. If Xabi Alonso goes through this tough schedule and he survives, and we barely drop any points, bro, then I can start and we go to the El Clasico with a good run. I can then start saying, hey, you know what? Hey, this guy might be onto something this season. We'll see.
I remember last season. This is gonna be basically the same for you guys. I remember last season. We had to face Real Madrid. We had to face Bayern Munich. We had to face. I can't remember if it was Athletic Club or if it was. It was. Yeah, and then I remember we had a stretch of 4 teams. That was just a gauntlet of teams, man. I was just like, oh my Lord, that kind of schedule sucks. And
you slapped them all apart.
And we slapped them all. And that after that, if people ask me, is there a moment where something clicked and said something about Flick and Barca? Dude, it was that moment at that point in time. And dude, after that, I'm like, this is the great thing about this new format in the Champions League. Right now, dude, we're gonna get Chelsea at Barcelona at Chelsea, right? We're gonna get PSG at Barcelona. So we're gonna go to Newcastle at St. James Park. So
yeah.
The same thing, dude. As much as you want to predict things, and as much as you want to be hopeful or not be hopeful, like people will show you who they are. Teams will show you who they are. And right now, when I look at this is why I said as soon as the schedule came out, I said I'm very happy that our schedule is going to be tough early and easy late. And the main reason is because I want to know who we are in the beginning of the season. I want to know what we can be. And the same thing is going to happen this year. When the Champions League starts, we're going to play Newcastle. We're going to play PSG. And then we're going to have a couple easier games. And then we're going to have to go to Stamford Bridge. But that period of time is going to be very, very, very important.
Let me show you. Can I show you something? If you share my screen quickly, let me show you why.
I don't know how to do that. Oh yeah,
just click on just click on it like that. Look, Atletico. Obviously, here's the thing: the Atletico derby. That's going to be his big test number 1. Yeah, if you can look, you get a win there. All right, okay, cool. Yeah, that's one of 3 good green strikes that you've done. That I can be like, okay, hold up.
Is that September 28th?
28th. Yeah, 28th. It is. And here's the thing. After that, Miguel, look at this schedule now. Look at these 5 games on the spin now. Look at this now. Juve at home. El Clas. In fact, no. We're going to take Getafe away because that is a difficult ground to go to as well. Getafe, Juve, El Clasico, Barcelona, Valencia home, Liverpool away, Rayo Vallecano away. That is good. Here's the thing. That schedule, if he goes through that, Miguel, all right, and he barely drops any points, all right, and he comes out of that pretty much, escaped, right, bro, then, just like you had last season when you went through that run and you got past that schedule and you were flawless, if he can do the same thing, I'm gonna come on your show, or when you come on my show, yeah, I'm gonna stand there. I'm gonna be like, Miguel, there's something special about the season, and it's something I did not predict. Because, like you said, Miguel, I said at the beginning, Barca's winning La Liga. I keep the same energy for now. All right, it's only 3 games, but we're gonna do more shows together, 100%.
Yeah, for sure.
The next time we do a show, let's say we're doing it at that time period. If he goes through that spell that I just showed you from those games, and he does that like Flick did last season, then my energy is going to be completely.
But I'll be honest, Sam. I'll be honest. Even through right now, if we talk about like, look, dude, it's even worse because Barcelona has allowed 12 big chances, most in the league. and we haven't had tough teams. We haven't played tough teams. So that's the thing. Like
Rayo is a tough team, to be fair.
Rayo, yes, Rayo. But right now, my prediction is not looking pretty, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like that, like Real Madrid has allowed one chance. They've only got scored on once. That's it. And I'm like, dude, like predictions are starting to look shaky right now. Like, not gonna lie, because Real Madrid does look like the better team.
Football's a funny game.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, even as a Barcelona fan, I'm not afraid to admit it. And right now, like with all the uncertainties, now, do I believe it? Of course, you better believe I believe it. Do I stick with my prediction? Of course, I'm sticking to my prediction because Barcelona has shown an incredible ability to even come back from even the last season. Who knew Real Madrid could come back in La Liga after being down 7 points? And then Real Madrid did a 14-point swing. They were up 7 points at one time. And then Barcelona came back. We beat them. We cut the lead to like 3. Then we cut the league to 2. Then we cut the league to 1. And then we beat them. And now it was like 4-point lead at one point. So it's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Facts. Can I ask you a question? Because like you said, it's not just a race. It's a marathon. You know, you have to be the most consistent one to win the league. Can I ask you something? Let's say for that run, let's say, Bellingham is then back. He's doing his job. Let's say Goulet is finding that extra creativity. He's creating more chances. Yeah. And Vinny is getting more and more back to the Vinny you saw in, let's say, either 2024, 2022. How much difference do you think that will make? Let's say that is happening during that run. How much more of a difference do you think that will make for Real Madrid going forward?
You mean if Vinny comes back in form, or
if Vinny can find the similar form he did in 2022, 2024, and Arda Güler as well, finding an extra bit of creativity?
I mean, dude, I feel like Arda Güler, first of all, he's an incredible player. I think that he needs a creative midfielder. I think he's still not the creator that Real Madrid needs. But he would definitely be the maybe him and Jude Bellingham can pair up together and figure it out. If they do that, that's going to be huge for Real Madrid this season. But I've said this already. Like, if when Vinicius Jr. is in form, when Vinicius Jr. is on, he can be just as impactful as Kylian Mbappe. And when you have that 1-2 punch, man, Vinicius and Mbappe, and if they are clicking together, man, this could be the first time. Because the whole first season last year, and sorry about my screen, I'll figure it out. But the whole season last year, man. But the whole season last year, bro, they didn't have that chemistry between Mbappe and Vinicius. So if they can get that chemistry going, that's another gear for Real Madrid, 100%.
No, 100, man. But like you said, it's a long season, brother. It's a long season. Anything can happen. Yeah, anything can happen.
Yeah.
But
for real, bro.
Man. Yeah.
Hold on, let me fix my camera.
No problem, man. No problem. Oh, smash these likes up, people. Come on.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna ask, because I gotta switch my camera because my camera turned off. Guys, please smash the likes, man. We got 39 likes. We should have like over 50 at this point, man. If you guys can help me out. Man, Sam, I think this is good to wrap it up. Do you have any last thoughts? I mean, we had over an hour and 10-minute show. I think that's good, man. I think this has been a good conversation. The state of Real Madrid. I mean, one of my other takeaways was that, I think Vinicius Jr. had another gear in him. I think having, if he can come back, bro, if he can come back into form, they do have another player that can throw at teams. And you pair that with a good defense. I mean, Real Madrid, man, they looking. I'm not gonna lie. Through 3 games, and it only being at 3 games, it's looking pretty. And Barcelona now, they look like the ones with a bunch of question marks, right?
Though, if plus Rodrigo on the bench, Gonzalo Garcia, Endrick as well, bro, you've got depth. Yeah, you have depth. Just try and use it. And if we can keep this up, if we click on, we go up a level or 2 against these big teams, bro. Yeah, I am saying bring them on. Like Liverpool, Miguel, I'm telling you right now. Let's say we click into even another gear, bro. I'm telling Liverpool. I'm saying right now, Miguel, bring me Liverpool Anfield. Bring them to me. Bring Man City to me, yeah? Because
no, I'm gonna be honest. I can bet $100 right now. Liverpool will beat you guys. Like no, as much as I'm gonna say Real Madrid has the upper hand right now with Barca through 3 games in La Liga. I'll say this.
I will say
I
this.
think
This is my
Liverpool will
hot
beat Real
take.
Madrid. It's a bad matchup.
This is my hot take. When he switches back to that, because he not if when, because he will switch back to that formation we did in the Club World Cup. When he does that, let's say we go up another gear or two. I'm telling man right now, bold prediction will be. I think we'll beat them at Anfield because I do not trust. And listen, I've questioned your defense, Miguel. That defense, I do not trust one bit. Like they are much, and
they have their own issues, but they're not as big of issues as Barcelona. I'll tell you that.
No, of course. But and let's be honest, people. Let's just keep these a buck. Whether you're a Barcelona fan or Real Madrid fan, or Liverpool against Real Madrid, 9 times out of 10 have issues. They have problems.
Ekitike and now Isaac. Holy hell, bro.
Oh no. Listen, I don't think.
So
listen, right now,
the variance that Liverpool has on the bench, bro.
I am still expecting us to lose that game, by the way. But I'm saying, if my team can keep surprising me in a very good way, we go up a gear or two, complete different story. Because Liverpool, even last season, Miguel, when they beat us, we were crap and we were this close to napping a point off of them. This close. So, hey, we'll see. We'll see, man. But it's been fun, brother.
But it's been a fun conversation. We got to do this more often, buddy. Whether that's my channel or your channel, these are good conversations for La Liga talk and Real Madrid, Barcelona, man. But guys, please, Blancos Talk Ball, right? Go subscribe to them. Incredible content. You do a lot of content also with Matrix. I'm probably gonna have Matrix sometime on my channel as well. I will have it. But if everyone who is listening and you want more content, great people to talk to, dude, Sam is a baller, man. He's got great content on his channel, Blancos Talk Ball. Go subscribe to him. That will always mean a lot to me when you guys go subscribe to the panelists that I bring on the show. That brings more opportunities for us to collaborate, right? So at the end of the day, man, any last words, buddy? What do you got coming up on your channel?
Madrid's Ultras podcast back again tomorrow. I'm gonna get skinned for my Vinny take, and people saying I didn't believe. My Madridistas, my fellow, they're gonna cook me. And listen, I mean, everything's so reactionary. Like Vinicius is slowly coming back to his own, and now it's like you were wrong. And it's only 3 games, and it's like, dude. But this is but this is the thing. I'm the villain in my own fan base. Me and Dave are the villains. You know why? Because we are not afraid of calling stuff out. Like I've been slandering Vinny. I even said take the money for him when we got offered that. But listen, like I said, but here's the thing, Miguel. Before we wrap up, I want to be proven wrong. If I get proven wrong, well, that just means my club does well. That's all I'm asking for. Like, you didn't believe last season Barcelona was going to win the league. You said Real Madrid have a bigger chance, but you wanted to be proven wrong. Why? Because if you get proven wrong, your club wins. That's all you want. That's all we want for our teams, bro. People need to start understanding that.
That's what I tell people. I'm like, you don't have to agree with me every time. And you know what?
Nah.
I said Lewandowski wasn't going to work this year because he was a little bit old. But of course, if he does good, I'm fine with being wrong because
that's the point.
It means the team is doing good. That's at the end of the day. So that's exactly what it is.
But the Madrid's Ultras podcast back again tomorrow, and obviously I'm gonna have Matrix. I'm going on Dali's channel. Me and Matrix, we're gonna do a show on him, and Lee Gunner is coming on my channel as well.
Yeah, says get Dave on the panel as well. The only 2 unbiased Madridistas. So I'm actually I think I'm gonna be on Dave's channel tomorrow. So that'll be fun. So that's something that I wanted to tell you guys. So guys, please go subscribe to my channel though. This is my birthday month. So my birthday is on September 26th. Guys, get me to 4,000 subscribers by my birthday. I would really appreciate it. So anyone who's not subscribed to my channel.
Bless up, brother. Yeah, you're such a classic guy, bro. Such a classic guy to talk to, man. Bless up, man.
Thank you.
And I mean it, brother. Real one. Absolute real one.
Thank you, brother. So anyone who wants to watch that show, please follow Dave as well. I'm going to be on his channel tomorrow. I think it'd probably be I think it's going to be at 1 p.m. Pacific time. So you guys, you might want to tune into that. It's going to be a great conversation as well. And then probably Friday or next week, he'll be on my channel as well. So that's kind of how we've been doing it. So so guys, thank you guys for being here with us. Over 80 people watched today. So I appreciate if you smash the likes before you go. And guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. And Vizca Barça, man, you got anything to say?
Adios. Ciao. Ala Madrid.
All right.